I'll never forget. I did Stephen Colbert's show.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit down. I never did a show before. I was not somebody that watched him on the show with John. Comedy Central.
Right.
I would watch the Daily Show with Stewart every now and then. I liked Stewart a lot, but I never had any sense of who Colbert was because I never watched that phase of the show or that program. And then and I think he had his own show, the Colbert Report, whatever it is. And he takes over for Letterman, and I do a show, and I'd never met him before. I never did a show. And I sit down, and the first question he asked me, he goes, "Are you an angry person?" He said. We go right to that. Here I am on this comedy show, but I forgot that he had a psychiatric degree. So he said, are you an angry person? And I don't remember what I said, but what I wanted to say was, first of all, that I find people who do those shows as angry as anybody, because they're excoriating people and mocking people and reducing people for a living all day long, 5 nights a week, by the way.
Okay.
And harsh judgments of other people, judgments of other people. But what I wanted to say was, I'm out on the street, and if a photographer is there, this is a fact. If a photographer is out there with a camera and he's 50 feet away on a long lens, we got no problem. Nothing. I'm not opposed to you taking my picture. I'm on a public street. That's just your job. When you get close to me and say, your wife's a whore, and when you say something to provoke, well, the things they've said to me, my ex-wife, Ilaria, and I, the things they've said have been unimaginable. Now, what happens is you get too close, you're going to chip my wife's teeth with the camera. That's how close you are.
Right.
You're going to knock over one of my kids. And what I realize is the cops aren't there. No one's going to help me. Yeah. I have to figure this out myself. And I said to myself a long time ago, and I'm not proud of this, but I don't see any other way. I make up my own rules. I'm going to defend my family. If you get too close to me, you're going to find out. If you get too close to me with a camera, I'll let you know. And I say it again and again and then everything erupts in a certain way. Right. Now, when you are respectful and you have if you ask me, I'm not a public figure. You have no right to know anything about me. I'm not the governor who's been accused of sexual harassment. I'm not the mayor who's effed up this or that. Public officials, people who are elected and have their hand on the public till, and they're spending public money. Those people are obligated to answer all the questions you have about them. They're obligated to.
Right.
And people like you and me who are entertainers, we're not obligated to answer any of them. So when I walk down the street, when I walk down the street and you ask me a question, I say, I don't want to talk to you. We're done. Right. Yeah. We're done.
So are you saying
I'm not at a press conference
that the people who were saying those things after a while were intending to provoke you? That was the intention.
Well, I think not only were they intending to provoke you, it's the triangulation. They got their friend across the street in a car to videotape
capture the whole thing,
capture my reaction to that guy. They deliberately want to provoke you. So somebody else is filming, and that's what's on TMZ is me, getting it on with some photographer. Which and what I must say, social media actually has provided. Oddly enough, has provided a balm to that whole situation itself, which is that Instagram is killing the paparazzi. What picture could you possibly get of my kids that I haven't already posted?
It's not exclusive.
My wife and I post pictures of our family all the time. For that reason, which is we manage that and control that,
Okay, so
have you noticed a difference then with the paparazzi? Like, are they maybe even like
the only time they come to my house when my wife is pregnant, which in our house is a lot. Boom.